What's up, Renegade Nation? Before we begin the video, I'd like to give a big shout out to our most recent Patreon supporters: Tyler R., Matthew Hensley, Dimitru Ulicini, Nicholas Whittington, Wes Devil Zero, Cregan, CDJ Dragon, Chow Lao, Kumasan, Kaylee McRae, The Pokemon 52, Magnus Moeller, Joshua C. Arit, Stephen Sharp, Christopher, Daniel Hudson, Azuma, Obtuse and Chartreuse Mongoose, Anthony the Hedgehog, Malik Black, Ann Van Leeuwen, Barry Bearable, Jay Sick, Gabe Man, and Tyler J. Hart. Thank you all very much for your support, and as always, I'd like to give a big shout out to our producer, The Anime Hybrid. If you all want to support us on Patreon, feel free to click the link down below to find out more. We'll see you there.
Oh no!
My cabbages!
Did you think you were going to see a man's testicle explode?
It's time for World War Z. Oh wait, wrong video. Sorry, that was sort of a jingle from the history of the entire world, I guess. Instead, I made it for World War Z. Yeah, this isn't a Bill Wirtz video. It's a Russian Badger video. And, according to the Russian Badger, you have alerted the Horde. So, I guess that means you're kind of screwed. I mean, isn't that usually what it means in Left 4 Dead?
Yeah, doesn't sound good.
No, does not. But, yeah, Russian Badger, he's playing World War Z. I've seen people play World War Z. I'm thinking about playing World War Z because, honestly, it looks like a lot of fun.
Swag just told me today he didn't like what they did because they gave the game away for free. And apparently that was
I got it for free.
A smoke screen for actually releasing, like, the rest of the game and charging for it. So,
well,
apparently if you want, like, the majority of the game... at least what he made it sound like. I might be wrong, but he made it sound like if you want the majority of the game, you still have to pay for it.
So
you don't
pretty much
really have the game yet.
So pretty much pulling a Destiny.
Yeah, I guess. Like, it's more like they're like, here's the game for free that we had so far, but the rest of it you do have to pay for, but we're not going to tell you that.
Well, from what I understand, the
Well, it
missions...
sounded kind of weird that they gave away a game like that for free that, like, hadn't even really been out fully that long either.
Well, it... Basically, I think the big thing with it is that they've effectively seen the value of getting people to play it. Maybe they think the gameplay loop is addictive enough that people will come back to it once they release more stuff later on. And people are willing to pay like $5 to unlock an extra chapter or some shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'd have to look at it to see.
Yeah,
Either way, I have it free on Epic Game Store, and they aren't getting any money from me, so...
Well,
I'd have to buy it on Steam if I'm going to actually buy it.
Well, yeah.
If it is on Steam.
It might be on Steam now. I don't know. But
So
all I know...
To find out.
All I know is this. World War Z, the movie was disappointing. Very disappointing. Don't get me wrong, I like sort of the stuff that they did with the zombies, but at the same time, it's just like, it's about middle of the road. To me, I knew Brad Pitt wasn't in really any danger.
Yeah, it's not on Steam, so I will never be playing this game, probably. At least not in its full form.
Well, who knows? Maybe eventually it will come to Steam. I don't know. But for now, yeah, I mean, what did you think of the World War Z movie?
I didn't watch it.
Okay.
Heard it sucked.
It was, again, I say this, it was okay. There were things about it that I liked, but the overall package was not good.
I saw the fucking tower of zombies in the trailer, and I was just like, no, that ain't it, Chief.
That's sort of the same thing they did in Train to Busan.
No, it's not. What they did in Train to Busan was much more realistic than that.
Well, I mean, you're talking about zombies. I mean, realism kind of goes out the window the very moment the dead start walking again.
Disagree.
I mean, it hasn't happened yet, dude.
Well, obviously, but I mean, as someone who read the books, like, the zombie survival guide on World War Z and everything, it's like, well, I didn't finish reading World War Z, but I read part of it. But the zombie survival guide was written in terms of like, yes, this could be a real thing, and yes, we're going to write it in a way that's going to go off of like the most realistic possible ideas for zombies. And I've been a fan of zombies of similar types of that since then. And the more outrageous they get, the less I tend to like it. And there's only a few situations where I've just really enjoyed like some more outrageous seeming stuff, like the Dawn of the Dead remake and 28 Days Later, you know, which 28 Days Later, again, not really zombies, but
infected. Yeah,
they're more like rabid people. But yeah, like Dawn of the Dead was still bitching despite having sprinting zombies and stuff. But the way it's explained in the zombie survival guide makes a lot of sense for why they would be shambling zombies if it were to happen the way they describe it. Because if it's a corpse that's come back to life, rigor mortis, like they would continue to essentially be rotting, but like the bacteria would slow down the process enough for them to exist for a longer amount of time.
Which is why I think infected people, like people who are infected, is a more terrifying concept than just like zombies.
Yeah.
Zombies, I think, are a more melancholic kind of scary thing. But, yeah, and it can be, you know, for instance, two people can just be standing there talking, and then in the background, you just see like a zombie shambling around, and to think that that's the norm now for them. That's a more scary thing than...
The only pro to infected people is even though they can sprint at you, theoretically they should be easier to put down than something that's already dead.
Well, yeah.
Because, I mean, that's what they do a lot in
but
28 days is like they'll just, you know, have automatic weapons and they'll riddle them with holes and then they won't come anymore, like, you know, so.
Well, yeah, that's the thing about it, but again, numbers, dude. The numbers game.
Yeah, obviously, but I mean at least you don't have to technically hit headshots on every single one to stop them from coming at you.
True, but in order to put them down immediately, yeah, headshot is about a guarantee.
Yeah.
All right, well, enough about our zombie talk jibber jabber. We got a Russian Badger video to get to. This is World War Z. You have alerted the Horde.
I'm blowing the charges on 3, by the way. And 3, 2, 1. Everybody gangster till Karen started militia. Wait, I have plenty of claymores. Yeah! Alright, bumper cars time. Bumper cars. Yes!
I'm just saying, I want her to shoot me.
World War Z. If you've ever wanted to see me and the boys survive a zombie apocalypse, today is your lucky day.
Hold my beer.
For the grace of the might of our Lord. Dance to the beat, wave your hands together. For the hope of the holy. Computer heat forever and forever. For the faith of the way of the soul. You're the intellect of a fucking seal bouncing a ball off its nose. Exit light. Not anymore.
And tonight.
The hut in the last video.
Metallica's
the hut, bunko.
Huh?
And Metallica's suing Badger and us now.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's like, these guys, they're like the new Napster. You know, they're stealing music for people, and it doesn't make any sense. I mean, shut the fuck up, Lars.
Are you fucking insane?
Al Pizza the fuck? Nani the pizza? Are you fuck?
What?
I'd like to thank World War Z for sponsoring this video. The Game of the Year edition is now available, featuring brand new weapons, characters, horde mode, and a 3-mission episode in the French city of Marseille. Because if there's anything I love, it's invading France. France during a war. France during a revolution.
Oh.
French people in a war. It's like Hello Kitty. French people killing other French people. It's like the Expendables. You can pick it up as a standalone version if you're a new player, or as a paid expansion if you already have the game on PC. Console players can buy it as a DLC, and the Game of the Year edition is included in the Season Pass. All the info is down below. I recommend you check it out, and in case you do pick it up because you want to exterminate hordes of zombies as your Japanese operator waifu with a raifu that's ready to take your laifu, be sure to use my Epic Games supporter creator code at checkout. I'm not trying to be pushy or anything, but I do make money from it, so throw some bread at your boy. Rocket launcher goes. With all that out of the way,
The
World
Locket
War Z,
Launcher?
a game hallmarked by massive scale, and we ain't talking run-of-the-mill massive. We're talking...
Oh my
Holy
Lord.
You have
alerted the Horde.
You know, I was gonna ask if that chicken sandwich is all that tasty, but I think this turnout speaks for itself. Zombies would like the game to render at one yes.
And as much as I want to tell you the backstory of how these hordes came to be...
Yo! Infection, no cure! Yo!
They're zombies. Come on. The story is not only obvious, but me explaining it to you would be insulting to your intelligence. So make up whatever plot you
Look
want.
at that sideways cap.
What did you just say, Mickey?
The backstory of this game is that they made Arizona $1.01.
Oh no. There were riots in the streets.
my fucking mind here.
What do you mean it's not 99 cents anymore?
First question you gotta answer, where do you want to fight the zombies? New York, because... Of course, New York. Jerusalem, if you want to start your crusade 800 years too late.
We shall retake Jerusalem.
Yes!
What happens? You go to hell, you fucking heretic. What do you think happens? Moscow, if you want to freeze your nuts off. Tokyo, if you want to slap somebody's shit in Bushido armor. And Marseille, if you want to fight zombies entirely fueled by bread.
Heavenly's like, oh, where are we going? Marseille?
Oui, oui, baguette. Je mange le pois. It means I eat the pear in French. Je mange le pois. Picking an episode location will direct which characters you can play, like New York and the chillest human being on planet Earth, Angel Flores.
If anybody
Shit,
tries
yeah.
to take Angel Flores from me, I am literally going to kill you. I could lift you above my head with a single finger. Shut the fuck up.
Angel fucking Flores
With a big iron.
with a big iron.
Look at that
No
damn
trigger
thing.
discipline whatsoever. What in God's name is a safety? Unless you're playing Horde mode, which is my favorite. That doesn't restrict characters at all, so you can insta-lock your milsim operator waifu Kamiko to exterminate wave after wave of infected zombie scum.
I'm just saying, I want her to shoot me.
Damn, bro, I wish I was that gun.
I wish I was the target.
Damn.
And she has the ultimate boomer phrase, slow is smooth and smooth is fast, on the back of herself, double sleeved up on a Tuesday afternoon. I'll stop with the skins and the characters, because at the end of the day,
They're fucking polygons, dude!
let's get back to killing infected idiots by picking a class. You've got 6 different ones to choose from, and any character can play any class. Real shit. You can make Angel Flores into the most lovable support medic on what's left of planet Earth, or make little wafer-thin Kamiko Nomura into a berserk melee tank slasher. In order of
Going Ash
personal
Williams
interest,
on that bitch.
Gunslinger is basically gun the class. Medic is a junkie that occasionally heals you. Fixer is explodey bullet and or masking grenade get out of jail free card guy. Exterminator is a pyromaniac, and Slasher is... Well, you already know Slasher. Hellraiser is the only class to exist in my eyes, because with C4 and an M32, what the hell did you think I was gonna pick? It's tinnitus time! I love how you don't even see the explosion, you just see the body's bouncy castle. Here they go, these dudes right here, you ready?
Thump, 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 thump.
The classes are not nearly as distinct as you'd expect. Every one can do everything fairly well, but choosing a certain class makes you god tier at that thing. Medics can slay like anybody else. They're just especially jacked at healing. Gunslingers can heal like anybody else. They're just especially adept at damage per second. Like an MG5 is good, an MG5 in the hands of a gunslinger is nightmare.
You cowards don't even fire full metal jacket, explosive, incendiary, hollow point tracer.
Conveniently, leading me into the bread and butter of this video, the weapons. I won't talk your ear off with every single one.
Oh, you like guns? Okay, name every gun.
Name every firearm to ever exist.
Oh, you like trains? Name every train, and it's just
Holy
The game has a top-notch arsenal for a zombie title. Like, if you can play 20 hours and tell me there isn't at least one weapon that scratches your meat sack exterminating itch, I'm calling you a liar and shooting you with an explosive crossbow.
Well, if I stick you with this, will you run at the zombies?
Yeah, do it, do it, do it.
Alright, stand still. Go!
Oh my god.
Just have him as like
Hang on, let me heal first. Let me heal
backboard.
I'm not done healing!
You'll start the game with your
Asshole.
unique gadget, a decent primary, and a decent secondary, which for me always meant the Mossberg 500 and a 1911. But I used a perk to give me the SPAS 12 so I could cosplay the Terminator.
The Uzi 9mm, the 12 gauge autoloader, the 45 long slide with laser sighting, the 41. Yeah.
Hey, it's just what you see here. Please don't shoot me with a Spas 12 for point blank range. Boy, do I ever love being a gun shop owner in 1984 serving the actor Arnold Schwarzenegger. And from the assault rifles to the SMGs to the shotguns to the battle rifles, plenty of terrific choices. Skeet shooting with a suppressed Mossberg? Count me in.
Does anybody have a lot of...
Oh! That was awesome!
What? Clay pigeon, Mickey, shut up. But let's be real. There comes a point where zombies are so maniacally belligerent and numerous.
All humans are vermin in the eyes of
Holy
mortals.
You're gonna be begging for more firepower. Enter the heavy weapons. I have a solution for this.
Why is the solution always explosives?
Yes. These are your ace in the hole. These are your
That's my
trap
response.
cards. These are your I see zombies and I don't want to fulfillment tool. And although their ammo is limited, they are devastating. Some of them explode like an AT-4.
The AT-4 is the only acceptable home defense weapon.
I will never get over these hordes, dude. This
What horde? Some of them trim lead out of drum mags the size of truck tires like the Foscat
Oh.
Shoddy. You can't tell me that this is just the ultimate form of a super soaker. And some of them do both of those things. By the way, this is a 50 cal explosive round. We're not getting through there.
Oh my god.
Guaranteed. Nobody beats the brick! Alright, don't worry. I got the bear. Don't worry about it. I'll just make a 50 cal perimeter around amp so that nobody can hit him.
Yeah, I think I can see why those 50 BMG are banned at my range.
You didn't say anything about 50 BNG incendiary. Do you think an MG42 is cooler than an MG5? But since these are explosive tip rounds, I'd rather have the MG5. Like, it would take one jam of an MG42 to blow my face off. You could always dispense with the subtle tactics and grab a chainsaw or a flamethrower when bullets just won't cut it. This may not be Texas, but this is definitely a massacre. You're all gonna burn in hell, but I'm gonna burn you in holy fire first. Ain't none of you spared. If you wanna hang out, you gotta take her out. Propane. Goddamn propane and propane
accessory.
Get even with all those choices, including my beloved AT-4. M32 trumps all because its combination of a devastating explosion and the sustained fire of 15 plus rounds makes it a Horde racer. Not to mention it goes Yes, just thump the base. Oh yeah, I have a solution for this, Chad. Do not worry. Yeah.
I got a nickname for that thing. The Thumper.
How long did it take you to come up with that one?
The whole video. I'm just joking. I don't know.
Not gonna be surviving that one. Primary weapons.
I was just waiting to say
it. Heavy weapons. Time for the final tier, stationary weapons. Picture heavy weapons with cracked damage output, but only used when the massive horde is headed your way. So if you want to pump some mortars down range, now's your chance.
Okay, I'm going.
Let's see it. Oh my god!
Whoa.
What the bumper cars?
Mortars are always fun.
Cars. Oh my god, I love that meme. Such a fucking stupid Gmod meme. Yes, to whom it may concern. Oh, it's gonna be a good one. Oh, to whom it may concern. To whom it may concern. My god.
Damn.
Yes. Yeah. Most fun has to be the Mark II 50 cal. It may not be a perfectly authentic version given the rate of fire and the fact that it never jams, but if all you 0331s out there can avoid having an aneurysm over the realism, it is an apocalyptic lawnmower nightmare. Alright, your boy's on the 50, point blank. Oh, it works. Oh, it definitely works.
Oh.
Part of this is a box magazine do these idiots not get? Like, even if I was infected, I still feel like I wouldn't run towards the brownie. It's got the fire rate of a saw, but it hits like a 50 cal. I'm on the 50 again. Guard me.
Alright, we'll guard you.
The M2 in this game really is just the most dominant weapon. This thing is... Hard to believe that it's like 100 years old now. It's so weird.
Stop trying to crowd surf at the Kendrick concert. You're not getting up here.
It is a box magazine.
Hey bro, you weigh 450 pounds. You ain't crosser.
Most useful has to be the voltage grid. It's just an electric fence on the ground, but it's the ultimate flank coverage against even the beefiest of meatbags. Bubble!
Oh god.
Oh god.
Thank God for that electrical grid.
Oh.
You won't get through that electric fence, Mr. Bull.
No, you don't.
And now that you know everything you'll be using over the course of a round, it's time to upgrade. Check out your weapons with greater damage, suppressors, increased mag sizes, and so on. It's fairly rigid and linear as to what you can improve, but I don't really need to Barbie my shit out in a third-person shooter that already has plenty of weapon variety. And if Barbie is what you're looking for, do it with perks, because they can truly augment your experience. Get rewarded with a C4 after killing 15 zombies in rapid succession. Jack up your reload speed with shotguns as a Hellraiser. Even start the round with a thumper instead of a 1911. You'll figure it out.
I thought it was already. I thought it was. I thought. Okay, never mind. I feel stupid. I am stupid. What can I say?
Many dudes down as I can so I can get that C4 back. There you go. And then, that is just perfection. By the way, check out my reload with my autoloader. Come here. Once I have the perk.
Okay.
Jesus!
I keep that magazine full. Catch me topped up, son. Walk in a straight line slowly. Yes! I'll help you out. Oh, it sidens you a little bit. You stupid idiot. You need a sidearm that shoots actual bullets. You can't just use a thump.
Thump, thump, thump.
Maybe even swap out your C4 for Claymores.
Thing looks like it's
Not
slam
that I prefer
fired.
Claymores, but against bulls, my favorite enemy in the game, accept no substitutes.
Holy shit!
Here, I'll get him with a Claymore. Watch this, Heavenly.
Oh yeah, I got
Fuck yeah! Oh wait, I
Do it
got
quick,
it!
do it
I
quick,
got
do
it!
it quick, do it quick.
Yes! Aggressive Claymores are the best strats. Fuck you guys. Here, I'm putting down the
Claymore
offensive
don't get
Claymore. Look at that one dude that's so fucked up.
Oh!
There's just something so comical about how strong yet how dumb the bulls are that makes them the most endearing enemy in the entire game.
Oh, there's a bull right next to us.
Yeah, I'll get him.
Oh, never mind, he just tripped.
Oh, look at this bull. I once had a dog and his name was... Bingo. Oh, god damn it. Bingo. There we go. That one worked that time.
And Bingo was his name.
Oh, he's about to stampede.
Oh!
Oh, my word. Wow.
Don't worry, he's just sleeping.
Wow.
Him with that.
I need to see that again.
He's about to stampede.
Oh! Oh. Poor dude.
Oh,
The fact that he had it in the X-ray thing was awesome.
Don't worry, he's just sleeping.
Slipped on a banana.
Wow.
Him
Better
with that
split like a
bull
banana
killed
before you
the
get
dog.
folded like an omelet, gamer.
Oh!
No, let him get you. Wait, I don't have a Claymore.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Oh my
Holy
God.
Jesus!
What was that? Oh, the 50 cal. The explosive 50 cal, okay.
Damn, dude, this is fucking cartwheel in the air.
Bombers are a close second, with how randomly they pop up and the fact that they've got gamer goggles on. Yeah! Oh, that's a bomber. Oh my god, we got a boomer. We got a boomer.
I don't know what's more disgusting, that the zombie has a bomb vest or that it has panoramic night vision at the same time.
Hey, bro, it's daytime.
Fuck up, bro.
I'm an operator.
Oh my god, that's the dude that we're supposed to defuse. Yo, exploder, shoot the exploder in the legs. Don't. Oh, you.
Damn it.
You want to shoot. And who knows, if you're a shitter that's dragging your team down, maybe you'll even turn into an enemy. I'm a zombie now. I'm gonna kill you, by the way.
I'd like to see you try, bro.
They were shooting you throughout the whole enemy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'd like to see you try, bro.
No matter who you're up against, or what your loadout, or what your upgrades, the ultimate upgrade is buddies to play with. If you don't have 3 homies in your squad, you're doing it wrong. Why does Pasta either sound like there is a crocodile in his room? I might just throw a crocodile in Pasta's room or something. As my liaison to the colony of Florida. Or he's just Stone Cold Steve Austin for the day. He has that hollowing out like, could I get a hell yeah?
You really like busting zombie heads, let me get a hell yeah.
Yes,
Hell
it's
yeah.
so hollowed out. It's not like the brother of like a Hulk Hogan. It's like a hollowed out.
Hell yeah.
It's like an enthusiastic Batman.
Oh, hell yeah. Can I get a hell yeah?
Chat, what's responsible for more gains? Anabolic steroids, psychotic pre-workout, or Disturbed, the band?
Disturbed.
Disturbed.
100% Disturbed.
Yes.
Disturbed is like a performance-enhancing drug, and it's responsible for more gains than anything anything else on planet Earth. Uh-oh, is this the beginning of a Disturbed song? Are we listening to Indestructible?
Yeah, but look, yeah.
I'm indestructible.
Most people who are listening to Disturbed at the gym are also doing steroids.
As long as you remember that friendly fire is on. So only put people on your team that you trust not to jack you up with blue on blue. Heavenly, what if Take Heat didn't want to fuck anybody up this whole time?
He never did. He was just put into a situation he didn't want to be in.
What if young Metro actually does trust you?
If you're looking for a place to start, my two favorite missions are Marseille #2 and Jerusalem #3 because launching missiles and the Hammer of Dawn is peak World War Z. Fine, I'm eyeballing it. Fuck you. I'm gonna hit it too.
Oh, nah, you're off. You gotta go down to the left.
Well, door's closed. Oh! And the Hammer of Dawn? What the fuck?
Is the orbital strike like a recent development?
Oh,
Where's that
yes.
even come from? How are you putting things in space when half the world is zombies?
That's probably a rod from God. You ever heard of the rod from God? It's a gigantic tungsten rod launched directly at a target from space, and the kinetic energy that it releases is that of a nuclear weapon, but it doesn't have any nuclear fallout. It's honestly one of the most terrifying ideas for a weapon. It's literally just a gigantic rod of the hardest one of the hardest substances on Earth, just barreling at you.
Does that actually exist?
In concept, but they have not put it into practice. Well, they may very well have it active up there right now. I don't know. The government, for the longest time, the government said that the internet wasn't a thing, and yet here we are. I mean, the government said that artificial sweeteners were safe. I mean, look how that turned out. I mean, the world ain't what it seems, and I guarantee you that that the rod from God is probably a real thing, and it can do some serious damage if the wrong people step out of line. Okay, moving on.
Bro, making an orbital weapon.
How the Hammer of Dawn was made. And overall, it's a fucking blast, so I recommend you check it out. Dude, how we stand on 10 perk, Bing? Oh, yeah. And there you have it. Now you can rest assured that if there was ever a zombie apocalypse, each and every one of us would die to friendly fire. 100%. Who knew that the greatest threat to us would never, ever, ever be the zombies? It would always just be
ourselves.
Thank you once again to World War Z for sponsoring the video. You can check out the game down below, and don't forget to use my Epic Games supporter creator code if you do end up picking it up. And be sure to tune in next time when I beg the developer to add a wood chipper.
You know, that's actually not a bad idea, adding a wood chipper.
I'm getting into Dead Rising territory with that kind of shit.
Hey, man. I mean, wood chipper beats everything, as Micah would say.
Anytime someone talks about Disturbed in a way that's sounds kind of like they're into them and think that they're really heavy and stuff, I'm just kind of damn, these guys are really behind, because that was my middle school band.
I'll say this much. They're The Sickness was their best album by far, and it was their heaviest.
Because it had a unique sound to it, and then whenever they put out Believe, it went closer to just the more generic type of riffs and stuff that modern metal does, and then the further they went, the more they kept doing that.
I hate to say it, but they went more Nickelback than they did.
Not really that far.
Well, no. Well, I'm talking
more
in terms of generic.
Yeah.
I'm talking more generic.
Yeah.
Because Nickelback is anything if not generic.
I still fucking rock Voices and shit if it comes on my playlist, but yeah.
Well, me, pretty much almost anything off of The Sickness,
It always cracks me the fuck up when people are like, that sound he makes, and I'm like, that's literally just a death metal growl. Oh, wow. That's the sound that everyone fucking hates if they ever hear a vocalist doing that constantly, because they're like, you can't understand anything he's saying. And I'm just like, yeah, can you understand anything dude from Rammstein says, because you seem to be a fan of him?
Yeah, the whole thing with that
It's
is...
like, do you speak fluent German? You used to like Rammstein? Like,
Yeah.
What is it? What the fuck does it matter?
9. The thing with music, dude, is...
I haven't done any vocals in quite some time, but just to demonstrate for everybody, if I can manage to do it, like... Oh, wow! Oh, wow! Yeah. Like, oh, wow! It's not that hard to do, really.
That's not real. Nah.
Oh.
Here, cough it out. Cough it out, man. Cough it out.
Drowning deep in my sea of loathing, broken your servant I kneel. Will you give it to me? Now we're getting copyright claimed by Disturbed, probably.
Copyright claim. Oh, God.
No, Mommy, don't do it again. Don't do it again. I'll be a good boy, I promise. Why do you have to hit me like that, Mommy? Ow.
Why you gotta be such a bitch? God.
If I stick your hand in my face again, bitch, fuck you.
And, yeah, that's... So, yeah, Disturbed is...
There's also, like, a group of people who actually don't know about that part of that song because they only ever listen to the radio.
Yeah, the radio version does not have that part in it.
No, it's completely cut the fuck out. It just skips straight into the for the last time.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, you should actually look up and listen to The Sickness on purpose rather than just hear it on the radio.
Yeah, listen to Down with the Sickness in its entirety. The outro is quite disturbing, but honestly, it honestly is like one of their best segments.
I remember back in middle
music.
school, like I'd only heard like the edited version for a little while, and I heard that, and I was like, "What? Holy shit, that's crazy!"
Yeah,
I thought it was cool as fuck.
Yeah, I remember when we got the album, and I was playing it in the car with my mom.
Yeah,
and
my mom would have bitch smacked me.
My mom, my mom loved it. My mom my mom was pretty cool. Like, I remember when I went to the store and I wanted to get Slipknot's. Gosh, I was trying to get the. I think it was Iowa. My brain was like crapping out on me there. I was like, because I couldn't remember if I asked her to help me get like the Subliminal Verses or Iowa, but it was Iowa. And I asked her to get the uncensored version for me because they wouldn't sell it to me in the damn record store. And I'm like, hey, Mom, can you just go in here and grab that for me? And, I remember when we put it on, and, my mom, I never imagined my mom would be into it. But she was. My mom was actually into Slipknot.
The only metal band I think I've ever played that my mom liked was Rammstein. She probably wouldn't like them if she knew what they were talking about half the time. She liked America.
Oh yeah.
And shit like that. But anyways, I would appreciate if we went ahead and drew this one to a close.
Yes. Let us end this one here, ladies and gentlemen. This was You Have Alerted the Horde World War Z by the Russian Badger. And hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you want to see more from Badger, link to his channel is either in the description, or you can click his name, which is in the title of the video. And if you want to see more from us, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell to stay notified, leave a like on the video. Helps us out a whole lot. And until next time, I'm Nate.
I'm Nick.
We'll see you in the next one, everybody. Peace out.